Okay, I'm in OpenAI's operator, and what I'm curious about is whether OpenAI can actually edit a Tableau report and then actually create a report. So I have no idea what's going to happen, but let me give it this report, and I'm going to also give it. Well, let's give it. Let's see if it'll log in first. Let's try that first. All right, so it's going in, jumping into a browser. All right, and then I'm going to have to probably give it some credentials, which I have. Let me just go grab it. Oh, shoot. Okay. Take control. Operator browser. Next. 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 Okay. Let's jump in here and put. Okay, so we're able to log into Tableau. That's pretty cool. So let's just say finish that. So what did you do? Well, okay. I logged into Tableau. And let me tell about the data set real quick. Public, I closed it accidentally. Public data sets. And what I did is some most viewed data sets. Okay, here's one, the first one that I got. Logged into Tableau. I have already uploaded, I suppose I could have had it do this, a CSV from the data.gov site for electric V population data from here. I would like to see a report that shows which vehicle brand has the highest electric All right, so let's see if it does this. Okay. See if it knows how to operate Tableau. Let's see what's it doing. Oh, let's see. It does allow me to expand it. Okay, let's just watch this. So it's going in. Just took out a filter. So it's taking stuff out. I don't know if it's experimenting with visualizations or what. It's probably determining which, well, possibly determining what the data is. You know, this is kind of the discovery process. Whenever you have a new data set in Tableau, you may just, drag and drop a few sets of data just to see what's in there. And maybe that's what it was doing. Let's see. Well, that's not bad. Okay. I've created a bar chart in Tableau. All right, let's take control. Let's take a look at what it built. Okay, so it's showing. Let's see, it's showing the how count of vehicles. Let me ask it to do one more thing. So finish up and just say, can you make it so that if there are blank, what else, states, can you make it so that blank states don't show? Let's see what it does. Okay, so it looks like it lost the values here. So it has something, but it just lost the values. So what is it saying? Can you show it looks like we've lost the measures. Can you produce these? Can you show the sum of the brands in each state? Let's see what it does here. I keep getting pinged by people, so I that's why I'm going silent. So okay, there it appears. Maybe this is a Tableau limit. I don't think it is a Tableau limitation. I think you can eliminate the blanks while, or maybe the values are so small, or maybe they're to the left. Yeah, it looks like each one's showing different. So okay, so let's take over, take control. It's taking its sweet time. Okay. Oh, these are IDs. Let's see if there's a better measure here. Measures. Is that a sum? What is that? DOL vehicle IDs. Yeah, I think this is incorrect. This is taking like some kind of an ID and then summing the ID. What this should be, what is a DOL vehicle ID? It's actually asked ChatGPT. What is a DOL Okay, so yeah, it's a record ID. So if it's a record ID, then it seems to be summing that record ID. Okay, let's see what do we got here? Columns. Yeah, it's summing it. This should be an average. Oh, it's a kind of a lag here. Okay, measure. Let's just ask it to do it. So finish up. I see you have summarized the DOL. Whoops. Shouldn't this be not an average, but a count? Be a count. Resume operator. So let's see what it's doing. Measure count. There we go. Interesting. Let's give it some feedback. Okay, this is the view that I need, but I'm seeing a lot of states look like there are 0 counts. Is there a way of eliminate? Let's see. Is there a way of those, or are the axes so large that it's making the smaller counts not appear? Okay, so now it's looking at the axes. Cool. All right. This looks good. Is there a more compelling way of presenting this data? Let's see what it says. All right, so it's thinking through a more compelling way of producing this. Very good. Well done, guys. All right, so this is just Washington, so I guess they would do it as a selector. This is good. I see that it mostly only shows, well, it just only shows WA. Is there a way of showing the other states as well? Maybe as different sections with their own, what is that called, a tree map? Let's see if it does it. All right, what's it doing now? Interesting. Cool. Okay. So it's producing different visualizations. And if it stops there, I'm going to ask it to tile them, see if it'll tile, each state by largest to smallest volumes. I don't even know if Tableau can do that. I think it can, but we'll see. Well, it looks like, okay, so it's adding a sheet. So is it saying it's going to do a thing for each? It's thinking about it, adjusting data for clear visualization. I mean, this is this is pretty amazing that it can even do this. Oh, I've got an idea. This will be interesting. I'll cut this off at 20 minutes. Let me just see if I can get my other browser instance. It's nice that it can plug away in the background, so it doesn't have to be, you don't have to babysit it. You can kind of go do your own thing, and it's working in the background, and it'll produce this ultimately for you. Let's see what it says. Still think about it. Removing state from rows shelf. Dragging state into pages shelf. Removing state from rows. So it's having some kind of problem. It's like not. Okay. What's it doing now? Filters. State filter on dashboard. So maybe it's going to run it through a filter. Adding state filter to dashboard. It seems to be having a bit of an issue. Let's see. Navigating to sheet for filter. So it seems to be doing a lot of looping. It doesn't seem to be making the progress that it needs. It's just kind of looping through. But certainly, I don't know if I have to stop it. Let's see what it's trying to get done here. But I mean, you certainly could use this to get things started for you, so you're not just completely starting from scratch. I don't know if it can produce finished products quite yet, but I do have another experiment that I want to run on this. If I can get another, I don't want to give away what I'm going to do, but if I can get this other thing working, I'm going to try it. Let's see. The tree map has been adjusted to include the state filter. Okay, so let's go take control and just take a look at what it's built. All right, so these filters are just kind of placeholders. Let's go back to sheet 1. So the state, so I guess you can select a state. I see what they've done here. So he's got it so that they've got certain states selected. So let's ask it to do this. Finish up. So let's do this. Create a selection map below the tree map, which the only change I've made is that I've selected some additional states on the sheet 1 tab, and then let me give it some instructions. So let's do this. Create a selection map below the tree map, which allows the user to select which state tree map appears. Color the states based on the count of cars in count of cars in that state. All right, let's see if it does this. We'll get a finished result. I might run out of tokens before this can even finish. But if I can get this other thing working, then I'll get to what I really wanted to show. First, I just wanted to show that it could log in. I'm kind of I'm happy to see it can log in. I thought that would be the biggest challenge. So I like that it's starting from a new sheet. So it's rather than ruining some of our past work. That's kind of cool. All right, let's see. I keep getting pinged here, so I have to multitask a little bit. All right. So, what I would have done is duplicated the tree map visualization in a new tab and then started from there. It just seems to be starting from scratch, which is kind of Not what I was hoping it would do. Maybe if I need to tell it that, perhaps. So yeah, it's like it doesn't quite have the shortcutting forethought yet. And this is a completely different visualization altogether. This latitude, longitude thing that it's doing. And it's not necessary. You should be able to just bring in the data by state. It shouldn't be that. It shouldn't have to do all this. Yeah, so it's trying to get this latitude, longitude in there, and I don't know how it's going to try and translate that. It's kind of silly. Okay. So, like, is it capable? Yes. Is it, does it make sense in terms of how it's going about certain things? Absolutely not. So we're not in the realm of this taking over a Tableau developer. But some really good, I'm just amazed that it can even do anything. Trying a new approach. It's running a processing on Tableau now. It's made it really slow, so waiting for process to complete. Refreshing page to reset. All right, I got to go on mute for a minute. I got a call that I got to take. I'm going to leave it running though. All right, what kind of progress have we made? It's still doing latitude, longitude. All right, let me see if I can stop it. Let's pause the operator. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want it to just consume every little token I have going through this. But really interesting. I mean, it's a super interesting test. I'm going to do one more test with this that has a little more distinct, discrete requirements that that aren't so open-ended, because this is a little bit open-ended. It's like it could format basically how it wants. I think it did a really good job here, and it got the gist here, but I think it really struggled when it came to me like having a little more specificity on how I want it to produce the latitude, longitude. It can just use the functionality straight with Tableau to drag in the states, so that it shouldn't have been such a challenging issue, but still pretty cool. So some fun stuff. I think operators come a long way. I'm going to do one more test a little later this week, where I'm going to do something that I'll keep it a secret until I can get this other stuff working. If I can get it to working, then I'll produce a video.